Yes. So students are writing like define your vision. To define your vision is strategy. Okay, we can say framework. Yes. Goal oriented. Okay. Different technique. Yes, very rightly said. Strategy is something different. Master plan. Plan of action. Formation of goals. The business needs. Plans to achieve goals, a way of working, a long-term plan. Okay, let me extract it. I'll extract it through name, planning. Very good. 4 students have written plan. 4 students have written only plan. Plan of action, long-term plan. Okay. Others, please quickly do it.
Ma'am, could you add these some students? They got disconnected to network issues.
Nice fodder. Good
Join again, not a problem.
Ma'am, they are waiting to join.
Rare mega pack. Rare mega.
Rare player pack?
Rare mega.
Oh, rare. क्या करना? Report लेगा. क्या होगा?
Gold one. वो 2 जंबो रेयर भी तो आएंगे. अरे
आज तो.
Planning and
ले आए नहीं.
Okay.
फिर एड्रेस नहीं मतलब फिर एड्रेस पता नहीं एड्रेस तो क्या ही चट पे हो रखे हैं ये 3 हफ्ते से मिल रहा है मेरे को एड्रेस मोटन्स सेक्सी लेट्स गो सुपर सब गुड हो गया वो अब रेड पिक वाला नहीं करूंगा फिर मैं क्योंकि वो नर्फ ही हो गई है
हाँ वो तो बिल्कुल छोड़ जंबो रेड ब्लैक हो यार
Okay, fine. So I got the answer. So entire class is,
Hi.
So I'm not sharing it now.
तो तू बेच नहीं सकता ना इनको
वो नीचे क्यों अरे ऊपर तो जाने का कोई फायदा नहीं
क्या होता है ऊपर डालेगा अभी तो
कुछ नहीं एक्सेस नहीं कर पाऊंगा
Complete your statement. The strategy is not only about plan. Strategy is formulating the plan. Strategy is then implementing the plan and evaluating it as well.
केलर ना आवाज कल ही मिला है मेरे को यार हट
कौन से वाला है
88 ओए इन्फॉर्म भी है बढ़िया काम आ जाएगा चाहिए होता है अरे देखो ना शिट
तो डाल सारे डाल देना एक किसी में
कोई बढ़िया एसबीसी नहीं अब मैं और पैक से नहीं खोल पाऊंगा
प्लान इज फाइन
अभी डाल दे 81 पेज को डाल दो उठा के सारे तुझे पता चलना पड़ेगा कौन से
implement and evaluate it as well.
तो मतलब क्या करेगा इसमें प्लेयर बच्चा के
So I am sharing my now presentation with you. Then I'll show you one video.
पार्टी बैग वाली कर लो
What is the concept of strategy? Today we'll just talk about
पार्टी कर ले या
strategy.
फुटेज कर दे दोनों में
Strategic management.
पार्टी कर सकते तो कर ले बढ़िया हो वो डाल दे बस अपना जो तेरा आया भी नहीं खेला ना बस 85 पे
Yeah. Is my screen visible to you?
इतना डाल दे पर 80
वो नहीं दे सकता मैं ऐसे डाल रहा था
Yes. Just look at this.
87 हुई है 88 कैसे करूंगा
अरे अभी आया तो 88 खेलना बस
88 का लेना डाल रखा मैंने इसमें ऑलरेडी
खेलना बस कर डालो
इसमें राइट बैक में डाल रखा ये राइट डाल अरे हाँ ये भी तो आ गया इससे हो जाएगा हो गया
बढ़िया ना पार्टी बैग लेट्स गो पार्टी क्या हो गया
84 वगैरह पे तो पड़ेगा यार चल कोई नहीं इतना तो नहीं दे सकता
मेरे भी वो ब्लैक निकला था मेरे भाई वो ब्लैक पड़ा हुआ 500 का
डॉट्स मिल गया मेरे को चाहिए था डॉट्स
Achievement. ये मैं बोलूँ
वो बाय जॉब पे बोली हरा टिक्की
मेरा भी निकला starting 11 player.
I got disconnected, my teams got hacked and something went I don't know. Is it working? Is it not working? Anyways, let me share my presentation with you. Am I audible to you, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Is my video visible?
वो कॉल
No, ma'am. Not. Now your screen is visible.
Screen is
Dibala?
visible, my video
नहीं
is not visible. Let me
ये कौन
see.
है?
No, ma'am.
The problem with
गोमेज तुम आ गए अब
We'll see.
सही है
So,
पुराना वाला है
we'll be talking about
बढ़िया फोटो मिल गया
मेरा
the
आर्टिकल ले रहा है
concept of strategy.
हाँ ले लो
मेरे स्क्वाड में प्लेयर ही नहीं है और कोई
You know,
मेरे पास
watching
ओवर
one
टाइम
video
कर
where one professor has
वैसे नहीं,
very,
अब तो
very
सारे
nicely,
green हैं।
very professionally, he
तो
has
मैं
narrated that
लोअर भी ले
what do you mean by strategy,
कितना
and do listen to him carefully because he has told some very good, mantras. Very good strategy. You know what it means? What all has to be taken into care while you are making the strategy. So this is a short 8 minutes video. So let's first of all get into the concept. What do we mean by strategy? How to attract and please customers. This is what. Okay. What do you make strategy for? How to attract and please customers. Your your way of doing your business, your way of deliveries, your way of handling the customers. How do you attract? How do you increase your customer number? How do you increase your customer base? How do you penetrate the new markets? So how do you attract? What extra or what different, what unique do you do that attracts the customer? Okay, how to compete against rivals. So strategy is again about how to compete against rivals. What my rivals are doing and how do I, make my strategy that I am at a competitive edge, I am at a better place, I am being positioned at a better, in the better, you can say, better horizon. Okay, so how to compete against rivals? So what are the different? As you study the Michael Porter's hypothesis model, how to compete? Rivals are always there. Okay, there is a threat of new entries. There is threat of substitution. So what you have to do? You have to create the entry barriers to your rivals. Now, how will you create the entry barriers? That is what the strategy is. You are redesigning your product, you are redesigning your brand, you are, offering something different, you are making some cost strategy, you are making some product strategy, you are making some packaging strategy. Okay? So this is how you are competing with your rivals. For example, these cars manufacturers, they keep on changing they keep on, remaking the car models. These, what was Creta 10 years back is now with the new features, with new lift of the lights, of lift of the backside mirror, something like that. XUV, all these cars, they keep on remaking their vehicle models. But this is how they attract, this is how they compete with their rivals. Okay? Then coming into now, if I talk about Hyundai, they have come into even the low segment XUV cars. Where is what, right? How to position, because this is the time when XUVs, the mini XUVs, this is the time of mini XUVs. Now is the time of electric vehicles. So how the companies, they are competing with the rivals, how they are winning the market, how they are leading the markets. That is about competing with the rivals. How to position the company in the marketplace, So, what is something, what is unique, what is different, that is making you stand in the market. Okay? So, that is your USP. How best to respond to changing economic and market conditions. For example, with this pandemic, every business okay, must have got some different to do, some different strategy to adopt with the changing economy, because the economy, worldwide economy has been affected. We talk about the retail sector or the hospitality or aviation or even all these Uber, Ola or food sector, everything has got impacted because of the long pandemic spell we have witnessed in the world. So how the companies, how the organizations, how the corporates, they are responding to this changing economic conditions. Right. There can be many strategies. It can be disinvestment, it can be closure, it can be declaring yourself bankrupt, it can be merging, it can be acquisition, it can be joint venture, anything. Okay? Or it can be coming out with a new product with the features which will be cost. Recently, I was reading somewhere that, after this pandemic, the sale of small units of FMCG product has gone up. Rather than buying in bulk, people are preferring the small packs, the sachets, or the small packs, because the economy has been affected, right? The salaries have been affected, the businesses, the cash income has been affected. So there is apprehension in spending more in your even daily needs. So this is how companies, this is how people, this is how consumers, everyone is changing. How to capitalize on attractive opportunities and grow the business. Not again talking about this, how you capitalize on the attractive opportunities. All these aviation sectors, the hospitality sectors, they offer. During last year, okay, when this pandemic started, they offered the isolation. Okay, that if you're traveling from X place to Y place, in a hotel you can live in isolation rather than living at your home. So that will save your family, and that way you can recover, or that will give you the time to settle a new place or job. Okay, so isolation, the isolation, different isolation packages was offered as a home food or the hotel food. What is there, the fancy and attractive spicy? No, it was a very simple hotel food which was offered. So this is how they were capitalizing on that opportunity. The manufacturing of medical, the pharmaceuticals or the different health segment products, health and well-being products, that has gone up. And talking about the academics, see how the e-learning has grown leaps and folds during the time. All these portals like Unacademy, Byju's, or Vedantu, or you call it, Physics Wala, something like that. All these e-learning platforms, they have capitalized this opportunity because everything was totally virtual. Okay, the virtual Zoom, see with Zoom, how much people have used Zoom and Google Meet and WebEx. So this was what was, they were capitalizing. This was the strategy, how to achieve company's performance targets. Because in every corporate, in every organization, small, big, medium, whatever scale, will get to achieve your targets. Now, how company achieve the target basis on the mission, goals, objectives. The targets are for everyone. The targets are at different levels. Okay, so how do companies achieve? This is how. Okay, this is what the strategy is. Now, moving on. A company's strategy is strategic plan for outperforming its competitors and achieving superior profitability. So ultimately, why the company is making a strategy? Because they want to outperform its competitors and achieve superior profitability. So, strategy is about competing differently from rivals, doing what competitors don't do, or better doing what they do. Okay? So either you do what your competitor is not doing, or you do what your competitor is doing. Similar thing, if that is the most successful strategy in the market, so even you might be doing that. Okay? Or if there is a competitor and you see, you do his value chain analysis, you see that what extra, what different you can offer that will make him bigger than him, then again you have to do something which is not doing. So there is always a window of opportunity when we talk about strategy. There's something out of the box, something out of the box, something don't do, something innovative, something trying new. Okay, this is what the strategy is. Now I'm taking you to one video. Yes, Aman?
Can you please let Vipul in because he got disconnected due to network issues.
After the foul, a chance to contemplate what is next and perhaps a goal from this free kick.
Let him enter, I'll give him entry, okay? One video I'm going to share with you.
ये क्या चेप है अभी मैंने अटल से गोल चेप है मतलब बहुत तेज पावर शॉट मारा है
So one second, let me start it.
अरे यार हाथ को मारे वाले लोग
A simple video, a very simple, in a very simple language. What is business strategy? So here it is, again sharing it.
It's Vieira's interception. Ronaldo.
I'm in the lobby. Please allow.
I will allow him. Please wait. Let me start this video with you. Is it visible, students? Students, quickly respond. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
On the screen. Is it audible?
Yes, ma'am. It is audible.
Please listen. I will ask you a question after this. He will be telling you two very important aspects.
Most managers use it on a daily. What is strategy? Strategy is probably one of the most overused words in business. Most managers use it on a daily or even an hourly basis, but to my surprise, people don't really know what strategy is or make it way too complicated. If you would follow a masterclass on strategy in any business school, at one point in time, you will hear the summary, strategy is choice. So the core of strategy is basically making a choice in a certain industry that you play in. And if you look closer at that choice, there are two building blocks that you have to focus on. The first one is, who is my client? It's basically segmentation. Thinking about who you are going to focus on is the first important building block of your choice. The second important building block is to figure out how you are going to make your client happy. Fancy word for this is called a value chain. Basically, your job is to figure out how you're going to make your client happy in a unique way in order that this client is willing to give his or her money for what you offer. One of the key words in this definition is the word unique. Most of us have been grown up in the world of sports, and if I would ask you who won the Tour de France last year or who became world champion, you will probably know the answer. But if I would ask you who came in second, it will become much more difficult. If we look at the world of business, it's not about being the best, but it's about being unique. And in most of the industries, there is room for 3 to 5 players that can have a long-term, healthy return. It's your job to pick and choose where you're going to compete to pick that unique spot. So don't compete to be the best, aim to be unique. When you make a strategy, it lasts for a certain period of time. I don't know if you've ever asked yourself the question, how long? Research shows that on average, across all industries, a strategy lasts about 7 years. In certain industries like software, you will be in trouble after 1.5 or 2 years, and in industries like energy, for example, you will last longer. One of the most important reasons that determine the length of your strategy healthiness is the industry and the way assets are deployed. If you have to invest more, it's less likely that other people will.
Well, the ball is moving again. The first half struggles for liquid football were there for all to see. Can they make a better fist of it this half? Saint-Maximin. Marcos Acuna. And now it's Phillips.
आप जिस व्यक्ति को कॉल कर रही है वह उत्तर नहीं दे रही है कृपया कुछ समय पश्चात प्रयास करें The person you are calling is not answering. Please try later.
Can they make one of these passes count? Collins. Mbappe. Making high pressing work for them here. Mbappe. Mbappe! And given the defender's touch, the referee says corner. And now the delivery. Being pressed hard. Well, at first glance, you would think a strong possibility of a red card. Let's see. Now, will this alter things? Everything seemed to be under control, but with the red card, they've given the opposition a look in.
Well, his teammates won't be thanking him at the end of this game because they've still got work to do now.
Acuna. Kane. And an astute piece of defending.
For example, and their finish line was to increase their client base with 75,000 new clients. Well, it passes the test of a finish line because you can put it in a weekly email and you can show progress to everybody in the organization. The second test is to see if you get people emotionally motivated.
Mendy.
One thing could be return on capital employed has to be 1% higher than the industry average, which is probably a very good finish line that will make quite a few shareholders happy. However, it doesn't motivate most people in an organization. So pick a finish line that not only passes the test of the email, so that you can measure the progress from the start to the finish, but also make sure it's emotional. It triggers people to be. So that's the first exercise I challenge you to do to test your strategy. The second one I learned from Michael Porter. After a session I had with him, in the evening we were having a drink, and I asked him, what would be your best strategy? His answer was, no. I found it a strange answer, but after some discussion, I learned that most people, like he used to explain me, focus on choice. But in order to focus on choice, you also have to identify the things you're not going to do. Only when you know what you're not going to do, you're sure you have made a choice. So what does that mean for you? It means that you have to add one page to your strategy document. And that page is what I would call a list of moves. What are the 5 things that you're not going to do? Whether on the segmentation side, so the moves, what are the clients that you're not going to serve? And 2, on the how side. What are some of the things you are not going to create? What is the value that you're not going to create? For example, how much service are you going to
two teams up? You have to say it's been an enthralling encounter up to now. Both teams playing some really expansive football. You just wonder what the coaches will be saying after this game. Who's going to win it?
Yes, so I hope that all listen very carefully to the video.
Now with Sancho. Element of risk there, but he's won the ball.
Well, it's been a frustrating day for these fans. They want
Okay,
a goal.
so I'm going to ask you one by one now. Let me see how much you have listened to it. Yes, Avishreshta.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Avi, what were the 2 things, the most important things he told?
And that might well be the decider. Atal. And it's a matter of what occurs in the final 15 minutes.
Astros. Yes, Chad.
Well, they are on the move again.
Chad, you tell what were the 2 important things he focused upon? He said that these are the 2 things.
He was just focusing on the choices,
Yes.
making choices, and aim to be unique.
Making choices what? He said very particularly about that.
Yes,
About choices. What did he say?
and he said that we should know that what we don't want to do.
Yes, very exactly like he said that what not to be done. Okay, it's not only about making the choices what is to be done, rather make the choices which are to be avoided. Yes, Meg, you want to add to it?
High pressing at its best.
Ma'am, the 2 points were also like we also need to know that who the clients are and how we need to make them happy. That is segmentation and the value chain part.
Yes, very right. Okay, anyone else want to add to it? Agam Kamboj?
And they'll regard that as a very disappointing end to the move. Cristiano Ronaldo. Bullet has it.
Quickly, otherwise I'm going to
Here's Ronaldo.
stop your entry to the class. Agam Kamboj.
Leaving because it's still close.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What did you learn from this video? What did the professor say about the strategy?
James Tavernier.
See, all these things, we are making note of it, okay? Everything is being recorded. I'm making a note of it that who is responding in the class. Yes, Yash Chok.
Quran.
Yes, ma'am.
Desire to win it back.
Yash, what did you learn from the video? What did the professor say?
Mbappe.
Ma'am, I learned that in business that I do not have to be the best, but I just have to be unique and have my own style of choices that I create in serving my clients in my own way. So I need not focus on the competition or what they are doing more, but I need to focus on how I can be different from others.
Right. He said that strategy should be tangible. What do you mean by strategy should be tangible? Yes, Devina, can you elaborate? Yeah, Pranav, please.
Being a tangible strategy means that you should set a goal that you can actually achieve. If you achieve like set up goals that you can't achieve, then you lose faith in your business.
So it should be tangible in a way that it should be measurable.
For example, making a sales target for 10,000 pieces in a month or month.
Yes.
That's targets.
Yes, so maybe increasing the customer base, maybe increasing the number of the output, or reducing the cost to 10%. It has to be tangible in a way. It should be measurable. Yes, Abhi?
Ma'am, what he really meant by saying that part is whatever our goals should be or whatever we choose our goals to be, they should be achievable in reality. Like tangible basically means what exists and what we can see and touch, which is the reality. तो जो reality में किया जा सकता है वैसे ही कोशिश करना चाहिए, हवा में नहीं करना चाहिए. That was the main point.
Okay, हवा में कुछ नहीं होता है, हवा में खाली बातें होती हैं. Nothing happens. Vanshika? Yes, Vanshika?
मैम मैं वही बोलने वाली थी जो अभी अभी ने बोला, just like that. It should be like proven. Yeah, we can achieve a particular goal. We can achieve a particular like what we want, a particular thing.
Based on facts and reality and our capability.
Okay. Yes. Good. Yes. Anyone who wants to add to it? Anyone on different terms?
We're told about to update our strategies, not day to day, but also to monthly.
Yes. He gave the example like you will not update, keep on updating your strategy. It will be like yogurt, curd being kept out fridge, isn't it?
Yes,
so it's a dynamic process of continuously making, implementing, and evaluation. Okay, keep on, changing, keep on updating your strategies. Okay, so that's all for now. Okay, I'm downloading the attendance. 1 minute.
What we can't complain about today is the weather. Absolutely perfect playing conditions.
Okay, let's Awais Ahmed quickly. Roll call. Awais Ahmed.
You'd have to say with good.
Present, ma'am.
Come.
Present, ma'am.
Ajay.
Present, ma'am.
Ashad.
Present, ma'am.
And Prakash. Arvind. Atulya. Quickly, students. Arvind. Atulya.
Present. Ma'am, Arvind present.
Chehek. Daksh. Present, ma'am. Chehek. Veena.
Oh, ma'am.
Present, ma'am. Please speak on your turn only. Divyanshi.
Actually, ma'am, the sugar of ma'am, battery just a bit.
Yeah, okay, fine, Pranav. Priya.
क्या रखते हैं?
Faiz Mohammed.
क्या होता है?
Okay, fine. Faiz Mohammed.
Faiz Mohammed present.
Karan Vateja.
This next with me is why he's not unmuting. Can you please? Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes,
नहीं कर
yes.
सकते.
I'm
Karan
present.
Gupta.
ऑनलाइन है ना सब कुछ.
Current present.
एक मिनट मेरी अटेंडेंस सुन लो, फिर बताता हूँ.
Keshav.
Present, ma'am. Karan Gupta present, ma'am.
I'm present.
Please speak on your turn. Students, please speak on your turn. Don't confuse other. Because of you, other students, please speak on your turn only. Keshav.
Karan Gupta present.
Yes, fine. Keshav. Nas Sirohi. Manchanda.
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Present ma'am, Manav present.
Mana Manchanda.
Manav present.
Prab.
Present, ma'am. 1%.
Mayank Yadav.
हाँ बोलो क्या कर रहे हो?
Present, ma'am.
Adnan.
अरे तो टीचर उसमें शक्ल देख के करवाते थे, शक्ल देख के अटेंडेंस लगाते थे.
हर कॉलेज में होता है.
हाँ
स्कीम यही तो बैठती है प्रॉक्सी लगाने का. तुम्हारा तो बहुत रैंपेंट आया होगा हमारा. वो होते लोग कि यार
हैं?
हमारा तो बहुत प्रॉक्सी लगी है.
अरे कि मतलब कि जैसे मेरा कोई दोस्त नहीं है, मैंने उसकी जगह अटेंडेंस लगवा दी.
बेसिकली अटेंडेंस का क्राइटेरिया होता है ना कि 75% वाला.
हाँ
उसको बचाने के लिए बेसिकली.
हाँ
Oh my God, Davy, bro, what are you doing, bitch?
दोबारा उस पर नहीं लगाता कोई, लगा देता कभी कभी, टीचर पे डिपेंड करता है, मर्जी है, लैनियो।
मेरे अभी स्ट्राइकर खेल रहे हैं रैशफोर्ड एंड डेविस, उसमें सोचा कि एटलीस्ट
मैं भूली कि एम्बापे इसमें 8 पे हो गया है। आए ये इसको यहाँ कर दो, फुल हो जाएगा। ले
हो गया।
हाँ मुया मेरे को बुलेट 1% नहीं पसंद, पता नहीं लोग क्या करते हैं, क्यों क्यों पसंद है इतना मुझे।
बहुत पसंद हो रहा है
मेरे को 1% नहीं पसंद, इतना भारी सा है।
हाँ वो ये कह रहा था, जैसे अटल का तुमने निकाला है कार्ड, उसके बाद वो बुलेट के लिए इतना क्यों पैसा करने वाला है?
बुलेट कब निकाला करने वाले करेंगे भाई, आइकन आइकन होता है, कुछ ना कुछ करता ही है वो ब्रोकन चीजें गेम में। वियरा से बेटर कार्ड है, मगर वियरा अलग ही है गेम में, चाहे कैसा भी कार्ड आ जाए गेम में, पत्थर की तरह खड़ा रहता है बीच में। मैंने कुछ खाया नहीं यार, क्या खाऊं?
अरे भाई तरीके की दे दो, क्या करना है? कहानी देते हैं भाई ये लगे। चाय और बन मतलब खाना बन है ना, अरे जो मेरे लिए बनाया था। बटर डलवाया आपने? हाँ बटर डलवाया था? नहीं मैं तो नॉर्मल तवे वाला करवाया था।
तब भी आगे
नहीं इससे तो नहीं।
अरे ऐसे लोग ही खोल के जाते हैं।
अरे मैं ना सिर्फ
के
लिए खेल रहा हूँ, के लिए।
शूट यू आर नूबी।
Top 3 Indian celebrities when they were small.
तो फ्रेंड्स देखिए मैं अभी बॉक्स ओपन कर रहा हूँ। Let's go. You know it's
बहुत ज्यादा प्लेयर है, कुछ भी कर जा रहा है।
बोल तो रहा था प्लेयर ही खोल के जाते हैं, अटल भी है इसके पास। बोल लाजो,
अच्छे ड्रिबलिंग कर रहा है।
क्या हो गया?
I stay afraid of my demons. I don't got no one to lean on. I'm busy putting my team on. Haters pull up with the beamer. I put that girl in a beamer. She make a mess and she clean up. She call her friend named Tina. Turn that shit to a threesome. Fuck with my name, can be fed. None of my niggas are stable. They turn a gun to a head. They roll through the town like a tailor. But don't make a move till I say so. Drop a few hits and I lay low. Ever since I've been single, side chick wanna be main chick. She know I'ma make it famous. Ever since I've been single, side chick wanna be main chick. Dodge your call like the Matrix. Dodge your call like steady on top. Better believe they keep praying on my fall. Y'all better believe I'ma die on top. Better believe I just watch my ops team up. Y'all better believe. I'm just a young, dirty bastard, blasted. I'm gonna free the ass. Plastics, all my albums plastic. All these fake rappers, they stay capping about a whole lot of shit that ain't happen. Middle finger, plus thumb, cause I stay snapping. They fronted on me, I made back it. 600, I made back it. Baby, we ain't in the same bracket. They round ways, this is Lake Placid. You wanna be high for this? I'm glad I'm right up on top of this. Looking better, you mad cause I'm confident. Tell that bitch she can swallow my cockiness. Shit. Better believe.